Welcome back to another YouTube video, Lanna Lashes family. I'm so excited that you're here, and today we're going to be doing all things mapping. I love doing these YouTube videos. They come so easily and naturally to me, and hopefully this helps you too. So I wanted, instead of doing 3 different people's lash maps, I wanted to do one person's lash map 3 different times. And yes, she's been here more than 3 times, so I actually have the afters to show you of how her eyes look every time we create a different style of lashes. So let's get right into it. Again, keep in mind that we did have very thorough consultations, but she was very open to doing whatever we wanted. So let's do an eye analysis first. When we're deciding on which shape we are going to do, right? I'm not talking about the style. I'm talking about the shape, which can be a make it or break it for the client. It can either enhance or take away from their eyes. It can either make them lifted, elongated, or droopy. And droopiness is what we want to avoid. So in this case, she has more of an almond eye. She has a double lid, so it's not hooded. There's no prominent brow bone where it's deep set. She has a double lid, and then she does have a lot of lid space. Her eyes are not downturned or upturned. They are just balanced. So her eye, we can literally do whatever she wants. We can do whatever curl, whatever shape, and pretty much whatever style we want according to what she likes. In this first mapping, I'm going to map out a natural sweep. We did do the Ardell set, and this was one of the first looks that I did on her. And the Ardell set from ebook number 1 is inspired to give a dark but natural look. And this is a look that is a little bit more, it can be fuller depending on how many lashes they have, but it also looks good with little to no makeup and just gloss. This look was created for girls who want a little bit more of a glam lash but are more natural as far as makeup on the day-to-day. So we did end up doing a natural sweep, just something very subtle, nothing too open, nothing too cat eye. And in this video, you're going to see the different looks each shape and style can give your client. So I started off by drawing the 14s right at the arch of her brow, and then just slightly tapered it down to 12s. And then I did start with a little bit of 8s, 9s, 10s, 11s, and a little bit of 12s right before the 14s. Don't be afraid to jump numbers. If I wanted to make this more of a dramatic natural sweep, I would have jumped from 11 to 14, but in this case I wanted to have an elongated look but lifted at the same time. So if you see in the after, it gives just that. And as you can see, the 14s, the 14 millimeters, and we did these in black, don't look very long on her because the amount of lid space that she has. So typically, when I tell my beginners, I always say when in doubt, see 7 through 12, when in doubt, see your CC. So in this case, the actual 14s look like a medium length on her. So moving on to the Frankie set that we did on her, it was a half set. It wasn't full coverage, and this is basically what a half set is 50% coverage throughout the eye, and it's perfect for those who don't want them that full or are going on vacation, or usually just like to wear like very natural lash clusters. So in this case, the Frankie set is a half set. It's open, it's dimensional, it's flirty. We use a softer curl here, and again, it's not meant to elongate the eye. It's meant to really just open the eye, and it's perfect for those who don't wear a lot of makeup as well. But just keep in mind that because we are mixing up the sizes, the lengths can look a little bit longer as well, because we are starting the longer lengths kind of like towards the inner corner of the eyes. So for this mapping, I started off with a little bit of 9s, 10s, and then I did jump to 12s and 13s. right even before we got to the middle of the eye. Then I went straight into 15s for the middle. So now the 15s would pretty much be long on most people, but because she has a lot of lid space, it looks long but not over empowering. And then I went back to 13s, 15s, and we ended with 13s. So this gave a very open, natural eye look. And I'm going to show you the after result. It's perfect because it's flirty, it's airy, and not everybody can pull this look off because, again, like, I don't recommend it for smaller eyes because I usually like to go shorter in from the inner to the middle on smaller eyes, but because she has bigger eyes, it looks more open and a little bit more dramatic and natural at the same time. And last but not least, I'm going to show you what the Lanna set from ebook 4 looks like. It's a dark spiky set, and I'm gonna draw the base. She did want a dramatic cat eye this time, and again, a cat eye doesn't fit everybody, but it can fit a lot of people, just depending on the look that they want. So I won't recommend a cat eye for somebody who wants to open and lift. I'll recommend a cat eye on somebody who just wants to elongate, because the cat eye can make your eyes look a little bit smaller than usual. So what I did is I drew the 14s towards the end, and I just brought it back down one size. And instead of putting the 14s at the arch, I take it off of the arch, so that way, again, the emphasis point can be at the outer corners because we're elongating, right? And then I like to draw the emphasis point, and then I'm gonna go and do the inner corner. So I started with 8s, 9s, I extended the 9s quite a bit. I put 10s in the middle. I did 11s at the arch. I did a tiny bit of 12s right before the 14s. So that way the 14s can stick out, but there's still a little bit more of a transition there. Again, if I wanted it to be more of a dramatic cat eye, I would have went from 11 to 14s. And so many people ask me, how doesn't it look choppy? And it's also the way that you position the lashes, right? So that's something that I do teach in my courses, because it's not just, we're just not placing lash extensions on the person's eye. We're tailoring, we're creating. So what are some factors that go into that? The curl, the length, the shape, and then the style at the very end, right? So do they want the Lanna set from ebook 4? Do they want the Ardell set? Because all those 4 factors play such a huge role when you're styling somebody's eye, right? We're just not doing lash extensions. We're more than just lash artists. This is a lash business. We're lash designers. So knowing how to take those 4 factors that I teach in my courses and putting them on display to your client's eye is going to make you really stand out. So let's go ahead and look at her after. It is the Lanna set from ebook 4, and it's spiky yet dark at the same time. And I just drew the base for you guys. Usually if you want a darker lash line, the shorter you go, the more dense it'll look. So we did do layering in this. We went about 3 sizes shorter than the top, and knowing how to work with shorter lengths is going to be a game changer for you guys. Making sure that you guys have anywhere from 6 millimeters in stock, C and CC, up to like 15s C or CC in brown and black is so important. And again, like, I don't really keep too much in stock. I just keep those basics in my lash cart because, again, less is more. And I don't think that you need to overcomplicate it. You just need to be intentional with the lash designing, and that alone will help you stand out. So if you're tired of guessing, that is why I created the Lanna Lashes Academy. I will walk you through a Wispy Classic, and yes, don't underestimate the power of Wispy Classic lashes. They are so beautiful, especially the naturals coming back, and it's just gonna give you dimension at the same time by mixing the curls intentionally. Okay, again, we're not just slapping lashes on these eyes, we are tailoring. And again, what are the 4 factors? the curls, the lengths, the shapes, and the styles. If you've been wanting to get away from like the mega volume, but your clients are scared that it's gonna look too natural, that is what the Mega Wispy will teach you. I'm gonna give you a mega volume look with subtle texture, so that way they can start to transition, and then eventually if they'd like to, who knows, maybe you'll be doing half sets on them. You never know. And then my advanced Wispy course teaches you all about eye styling and tailoring and just more advanced techniques, along with my in-depth video tutorials where I go detail by detail showing you how to create the ebook looks. Because I've noticed that if you haven't taken a course with me and you just get an ebook, yes, you'll do your best to recreate them, but they're not going to look exactly how I create them, because you can't see how much hair I pick up, you can't see the direction that they're going in, and I think that lashing is just extremely visual. So that is what I teach you in my Lanna Lashes Academy. You're going to get the Wispy Classic, Advanced Mega Wispy, Advanced Wispies, and then the tutorials that go with each and every ebook. So there is a lot of information, there is a lot of video tutorials, there is a lot of footage, but don't get overwhelmed, because you have to start at Wispy Classic. Even if you're experienced and even if you've taken a classic lash course, it's so important to get that foundation, I guess I would say, like that Lanna Lashes foundation, for your sets to come out effortless and yet dark but natural at the same time. So let's just go over the different looks that I created on our model Genesis. So here we have the Ardell set. This is from ebook 1, which I also show you how to do, because again, yes, these are very simple but detailed and layered sets. Then we have the Frankie set. So this is a beautiful half set, and even though it is 50% coverage, I still go in depth on how to create those in my Lanna Lashes Academy as well. And then last, we have the Lanna set, which is a dark but spiky lash look, and it's also perfect for those that want to transition from mega to a dark wispy set. And I teach all of these in my Lanna Lashes Academy, as well as styling. And again, do not feel overwhelmed with the amount of knowledge that I give, because I break it down so it's digestible. And if you guys have any questions regarding any looks, my academy will walk you through those steps. So if you're really struggling, you have a comment box. Once you start to do your homework, I will check it and I will give you feedback on it, because I just don't hand out certificates. Yes, you actually get certifications. You'll get 3 certifications. And again, I don't just hand out certificates. I really go in and give you explanation and feedback of what you could do better. Because if I just handed them out, then I would just be doing a disservice to my brand, right? Because if a set doesn't look like how it's supposed to, I'm gonna tell you. And I'm very picky, but I'm very picky because I care. So with that being said, if you're interested in getting the Lanna Lashes Academy and being a student and allowing me to be your mentor, and you want to learn all things Lanna Lashes, I have an academy offer. So basically I've bundled all those courses into one, and typically it would be valued at $4,100, but it is priced at $697 with a free kit. I'm going to leave the link down below, and if you guys have any questions, please feel free to shoot us a DM. Monday through Friday we are in office. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.